everyone, this is Maggie, and welcome to another YouTube video. I know, I missed a video last week, I'm sorry. If you didn't see it, I posted on our community page that due to technical difficulties, aka my phone not wanting to record, I had to skip a week to get that fixed. I'm so sorry. But again, I am very happy to say that I did get that fixed. I realized what was wrong, and now I'm kind of working around that so that I can get, videos out more easily, I guess. So since you guys didn't really hear from me for like 2 weeks, I think I'm gonna, make this a little draw with me / rambling video. You people sometimes like those. So what have I been up to? Not much, honestly. I have developed a crippling obsession with Dragon Ball recently, which was not on the bingo card, but we take those. I got a little new action figure. I've been home alone for last week. It's been so much fun. But before I do that, I'm actually going to talk about something that is happening on screen right now. If you can see what I'm drawing, well, it's the Dragon Ball thing. I'm drawing Cell from Dragon Ball. I wonder if my audience is old enough to know it. I hope everyone knows what Dragon Ball is, but it's more of a Gen Z and Gen X kind of anime. I'm not sure if the new generations really know what it is. But regardless, I've been really into lately for some reason. I always really liked Dragon Ball. It's just one of those things that, I don't get to talk about a lot with other people because it's such like an older anime and not a lot of people are into it as hard as they are into other animes. At least in my opinion from what I see online. But yeah, I've been really into it. I've been trying to rewatch it. Lately it's a little hard to find every single series in one platform, but we manage. Right now, I've been really obsessed with drawing Cell because he looks so funny. What is wrong with him? Giant alien bug man. Like green, purple, evil, big guy. I mean, it's right up my alley. It's right up of the type of characters that I like. I'm surprised how this hasn't happened yet. Regardless, I'm drawing him on my sketchbook, and I'm gonna draw him on my sketchbook a lot more, so if I ever finish this sketchbook, which is taking a long time, you will see plenty of him, and that will be fun, and we won't talk about. Again, as you can see with this drawing, which was the point that I actually wanted to make, I'm painting with watercolors. I did the graphite sketch for this page while I was out with friends during a hangout. We got bubble tea and waffles, we sat down, we talked a lot, we draw a lot, and while they were talking, I was just drawing this guy in the background. I was trying to replicate this one screenshot of him from the series, which, wow. And I was just having so much fun with it, I hadn't touched my sketchbook in a long time because I had been mostly into digital art because of Art Fight. It was just like such a breath of fresh air, and I got to draw while I was making my way home on the bus. I think I finally beat my motion sickness for drawing on like a moving vehicle. Good. Great, awesome in fact, and now I just get to draw whenever I want. Thankfully, I'm back in my sketchbook era, thank God. So hopefully I can power through like half the sketchbook. I still have a lot to finish. But this is a good thing, whenever I get really obsessed with a character is when I usually power through pages like a mad lad, so I'm crossing my fingers with this one. Okay, but as I was saying, as you can see, this was a graphite sketch, and then once I got home, I realized I could paint it with watercolors. I haven't touched watercolors in a very, very long time. I do have these cheap ones that I like to play around with, but I think this one called for the good cushion. I think this one called for like my actual watercolors that I use more on the professional side. I haven't touched them in such a long time. It was so good to paint with them again. Mixing colors and painting everything, little details and such. It's been so much fun. Because I know people are gonna ask, these watercolors are the Winsor & Newton ones. When I was younger, I bought a smaller pack of them for school, and as I got older I started buying more and more colors to the point that I had to get a proper casing to have all my colors in. What you see is just a metal casing that you can buy by itself, and then it has all the little square box thingies with the watercolor paint in them. You can buy whatever colors you want, and then you can just put them and take them out at your will. It's lots of fun. I genuinely do need to start painting with watercolors more. I used to love this when I was a kid. it. I wonder what happened. I guess I got kind of lazy with setting them up, you know, that's what usually happens. Once I found out how easily it was to paint with like markers and color pencils, I think the idea of having to set up water and brushes and pieces of paper to clean your brushes in started being annoying, which that's such a dumb idea. When I was younger, I used to do watercolors during class, which mental, I know, but it happened and it was fun and I did it and I loved it. I guess the more comfortable you get, the less you actually do, which, sad to say, happened to me, but I'm also happy to say we're slowly getting out of that. Anyways, a little obsession about Dragon Ball. Finished, mostly, not finished. I bought a figurine of this guy. The same day that I was leaving the hangout after drawing him, I was like, damn, I kinda like this guy. I wanna have a little figurine of him. And if this sounds weird, I already have some Dragon Ball merch because it is like really popular where I live. So, you know, another one for the pile. But I looked everywhere, I'm not joking. I looked at like local merch stores or local vendors for figurines, both big and small. And everything that I could find on this guy were either pre-orders, and they were pretty expensive, or like a $280 action figure, which it was like collector's edition thing, I get it, that's why it's so expensive. That was not my budget. I do not have that amount of money to spend. Like, the budget that I had around that time was like 30 to 40 bucks, which is already a lot. But again, I didn't want to spend that much because I didn't exactly have a lot of money. And I looked everywhere, I mean everywhere. I even went to like secondhand websites to see if anyone was selling their merch of sale that they didn't want anymore. And I was about to give up. I was even posting on my Instagram like, hey, if you guys know anywhere where I could get merch of this guy, locally of course, please tell me. I've run out of options. And when I was doing online shopping with my mom because she needed to buy groceries, lo and behold, what do I see in the toys section? It's a little guy and he's like 23 bucks. It's like a little action figure, I think, and he looks so cute. So I was like, hey, you know what? Action figure, let's go. And I ordered him. I ordered him like Friday and he arrived around Monday because Monday was like super hot and I had somewhere else to go and power went out. It was like a whole mess of a day, I'm not gonna lie. But the one good thing was that I got to pick him up from the store. And as I got him in my hands, I was leaving the store and I looked down at the box and the box says Elsa Frozen doll, and I'm like, hey, what the fuck? This is not what I asked for. And I had to flip the box to see, hey, this is a reutilized box, which means it doesn't match what the toy actually is. It's just for the purposes of keeping it nice and steady while we ship it. Regardless, to say I've been wanting to draw him in a little Elsa dress just because of this, do not perceive me. This is going to be so stupid. Regardless, he's lovely. I love him very, very much. A big issue that I have with little anime figures is the faces and the paint job. I do understand painting figures in like mass productions is pretty difficult, and sometimes what you pay for is not exactly what you're expecting. But I think for 23 bucks and this being, again, a kid's toy, this is fine. This is perfectly fine. I've honestly been debating kind of painting in the rest of the details myself. I do have this Temu Sailor Moon little figurine that I got as like a birthday cake top thingy. I recently painted her with my acrylic markers. Thank you, RTX. She turned out so cute. I love her. I'm really debating doing the same thing to sell. The mold that the character was made from has like a lot of engraved little details, like on his legs and arms where a little pattern on his skin would be, and they're not totally painted in. Some of them are, but not each and every little dot. I'm considering just grabbing like an acrylic marker and just going to town on it and just painting everything and maybe do some cell shading. Haha, cell shading, fuck. And just make him look all pretty. Plus, it's acrylic markers. If I don't like it, I can just wash it off with a little bit of water. I'm really debating doing that. He would look so cool. I have to think about it. Besides the little Dragon Ball thing, I haven't been doing much else, I'm not gonna lie. At the time of recording this, it is the 28th of July, which means Art Fight is almost ending. I'm not gonna lie to you, I speedran 50 attacks in like 2 weeks. What the fuck? it got to a point where I didn't even know what I wanted to do anymore. I kind of did some extra tags for friends because, you know, I normally draw your characters, so, you know, might as well farm points out of it. But I didn't end up doing much else. I did have an animatic that I wanted to do for friends as like a final attack, but I got really behind on it. I did finish a whole storyboard and it looks pretty cool, but once it came to actually drawing and animating everything, I fell really behind. I'm still going to finish it, it's just not going to be for Art Fight. It's going to be a casual thing, you know. This is a very rambled video. I hope you've been doing something productive in the background, because I'm struggling to find things to talk about. How's your day been? Have you been doing well? I hope you've been doing well. Spain won the World Cup. Oh my god. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so sorry. I am one of those people. I do watch the World Cup. But I also have all the opinions that you've probably heard from other people, if you have heard other people talk about this. Argentina rigged everything. I hate them. I'm sad that Norway did not win. I did like Haaland a lot. He was really funny. But also, I like Spain. I like our next door cousins. I wish them nothing but the best, and I'm so happy that they won. Well, there was that. Oh, last video, I think, I showed you guys how to do some handmade merch for your characters. It's been 2 weeks, and I am glad to say it is still holding up perfectly well. My favorite one that I did from that video was the little Telly photo card, and I have since then attached her to my Ita bag, and she's been going around with me. I've been showing her around the city and bringing her to hangouts, and she's holding up perfectly fine. She looks stunning. I love how she looks. I do have another travel bag tag to fill, but it is a blue one. I am debating doing maybe Gary, because Ben already has a photo card holder, but I could do Gary. I really like Gary. I should do Gary, really should. And hey, if I find a green one, then we shall do so. I do have a red one with Pyramid Head, and I do have a pink one with Medic from Team Fortress 2. Because I like him. I think he's really silly. You guys are gonna learn just all of the little characters that I like, and I put in a little bottle and I shake them around and call them scrunglies. This is so embarrassing. Anyways, I'm not really sure what else to talk about here, because again, it's a bit of a rambling video. I don't have any notes in front of me. We're just going with the flow. Yeah, you know what? I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to record another speed paint. Maybe in the meantime, I have finished this little cell page, and I've started another one. You see how bad of a problem this is becoming. I'm probably going to film that, and I will make a video out of that as well, even if just like a rambling video. I'm not sure. But yeah, I hope you've been productive. Hope you cleaned your room. Hope you drank water. Hope you took your medication if you need to. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, blah blah blah, YouTube words. If you would like to see some of my art, weird characters that I've been obsessed with lately, these are the social medias where I'm at right now. But if you really want, I will leave my card in the description so you can see every social media that I have under the sun. If maybe I mentioned some characters or stories that I made that, you know, maybe you're like interested in, you can visit my website. I use it to catalog all my OCs and projects that I'm working on, stories, that kind of stuff. Everything is listed in there. I have recently been working on more Deltarune stuff because chapter 5 came out, and I am going through 50 different feelings at the time, which, oh my god. But yeah, there's that. You can visit it if you want. Link in the description. And if you would like to see sneak peeks at upcoming videos, projects that I'm working on, unfinished projects even, or if you would like to know whenever I go to the grocery store to pick up a little scrimblow, you can join our Discord server. We should be back to streaming twice a week, every Friday and Saturday. We draw, we play games, we code the website sometimes, though we mostly just doodle and chit-chat. I take requests from the audience sometimes. And yeah, if you would like to join that, you're very much welcome to. Link in the description. And that is pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!